Welcome to the Die Again podcast, a tabletop role-playing game podcast. I'm your game master, Josiah, and with me is my player,
William.
And last we left off, you were about to sneak up to the third floor, having, as far as you know, cleared the second floor.
Okay, so then I want to start making my way to the third floor. I still have access to the stairs, correct?
You're in the stairs right now.
Then, yeah, I am going to try to sneak, be as quiet as possible to the third floor.
All right, that's a punk roll.
Okay, that is a 7.
All right, you move up. You feel like you're being pretty sneaky about it. You said you had wanted to check the third floor door to see if it was locked or not.
Mm-hmm. And find out if it's a pull or pull.
A push or pull?
Correct.
So this one is a push from your side.
Okay. Does it look unharmed?
The door looks pretty normal. The stairway doors, I believe I said this before. If I didn't say this, well, whatever. They are metal.
Yeah, I don't think I remember that detailed, but okay.
Yeah, they're metal with just that small, like, pane of glass with the wire through it, the wire mesh.
Can I look through it then?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do I see?
So third floor is meetings. So you would have been there a couple times. You don't see any zombies through that, but it doesn't tell you a lot because the way it's laid out, from the stairs, you see mostly hallway.
Okay.
And where the elevators are. And then the hallway opens up to the right, and there's no doors in the hallway that the stairs have.
So this hallway, does it have doors going to the different meeting rooms or?
No, I'm saying, so this section of hallway that you see doesn't have any doors. You know from experience that it opens up to the right, and that'll let you go to the different meeting rooms from there.
Okay.
Or the bathrooms.
Can I make a roll for something along the lines of, is there anything on this floor that I would think of that would be a good potential weapon?
Not necessarily. I guess there's probably a coat rack, so there's that. And that's pretty substantial.
Right.
Outside of that, the best you can figure is people do leave stuff in the meeting rooms.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone left something, there could be a paperweight, that sort of thing.
Okay. And also just to check in, what time is it now? Are we still at?
It has not been a very long time since we started. And we started
11, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we started around somewhere close to like midnight because you were staying late. I don't think we ever gave an exact time. You know, it'd be 10 p.m. or later.
Then I'm going to go ahead and open up the door.
You push open the door. I'm going to make a luck roll for you to see if these hinges have been WD-40'd. Okay, you're in luck. The groundskeeper cares.
Smooth operation.
Yeah, so it moves open and you can step in to the third floor. I assume you still want to keep moving stealthy.
I want to say no, but I feel like it'd be really silly not to. Yeah, he's...
Vice.
I know.
And it's not necessarily a bad tactic to just try and get the jump on something if it is there. If you just want to say, like, you know the layout, you're just going to have your weapon out and move fast and break shit.
You know what? Let's try it. Let's do something new. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and ready my breaker bar and just start dashing down this hallway.
Trying to remember, your breaker bar was getting close to breaking, wasn't it? Or is that something else?
I had the lunch pail.
Your lunch pail broke, I know.
Yeah.
The breaker bar probably wouldn't break, yeah, because it's...
And I also still have my fire extinguisher.
Yes. That'll be fun when it breaks. So you move fast. Coming around the corner, you do see one zombie. This one has more intact clothes. You notice this one has like a tie-dye shirt that's totally recognizable in terms of what it is.
But not recognizable in the sense of like, oh, I know who would wear that, or...
No.
Okay.
Again, still a decomposed body. It's just, you're noticing the clothes are newer.
Okay.
So you're going to rush it, basically. So 2d6, add jock, add one for foolishness, and add another one for your breaker bar. So that's +3. And your rerolls are refreshed. So if you need to, you'll be able to do that.
Okay. So I rolled with a +3, a 14. Rolled really good on that one.
With a 14, it would have a couple hit points left, so I'll just say you finish it, and basically you just barrel and swing and take its head off. and it falls down. You can see the coat rack is in this section of the hallway if you just wanted that.
I'll go ahead and look in there, see if there's anything useful.
The coat rack, it's just a rack. Like it's a it's a rod with other, there's no coats on it. It's big enough that you could cause some damage with it.
Right.
I will say that there's no way that you're going to be able to carry it around if you're holding something else. So this, you have to use your hands for this.
That makes sense.
But I'll say it gives 2 instead of 1 for combat because it's just big.
Right, it's a two-handed weapon. Is there any other rooms that I can look through the office spaces? Meeting spaces.
You could go through the meeting spaces if you want to. They don't have windows on the doors for privacy reasons.
Okay, how many are there?
There are 4 meeting rooms and the toilets, if you want those.
Okay, I'll go ahead and try out the meeting rooms.
Are you going hard and fast, or are you taking it slow?
Let's do hard and fast.
Okay, I'll tell you if you need to roll something. So you kick in the door to one of them. Looks pretty sparse. It's just, you've got a long table and chairs. Doesn't look like anyone left anything in that one. You move to the next one. This one does have some papers on the table. If you want to look at the papers, it's up to you.
Yeah, what's on the papers?
Papers are basically a schedule about what the next meeting is going to be. Apparently, something was found during some recent construction and landscaping that's going on the grounds, and there was going to be a meeting to see what to do about that, but it hasn't happened yet.
Is it odd for something like this to be left out?
You can't be too sure because you don't do a lot of meetings, but it doesn't seem unusual because it's just the sort of thing an assistant might leave there.
Okay.
Like they forgot to tear off the top page of the legal pad.
Okay, so let me go to the next closest meeting room.
Okay, this one, more or less the same. There is a paperweight if you want to take that. It's one of those long ones that curves down at both ends, so it would be able to press down 8.5 by 11 long ways. Okay. How are you doing for inventory?
Right now, I only have the breaker bar and fire extinguisher because I lost the keys and the lunch pails.
You picked up a stapler.
Okay, so on here I have the breaker bar, the fire extinguisher, tactical knife, and the stapler.
Oh yeah, you called it a tactical knife. It's one of these.
Oh, an X-Acto blade.
Yes. This will be your 6th item, basically, because you're also carrying the coat rack, right?
No, I didn't take the coat rack.
Oh, you didn't take it. Okay. All right, so now that we've clarified your inventory, and you are getting close to your inventory score now.
Yeah, 8. Okay, so I'm picking up a, what did you call it again? Paperweight?
Yes, just a paperweight. So it'll be good for chucking. It's heavy enough to break things.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You could also use it as a doorstop, prop a door open.
So pick up the paperweight and head to the 3rd of the 4 offices.
The 4th.
Oh, okay, the 4th.
Yeah, because the first one didn't have anything.
Okay.
4th one, similarly, just not a lot going on than in there, really. I mean, there's another fire extinguisher, but every floor is going to have fire extinguishers.
Okay, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and head to the 4th floor.
You had mentioned off air you were considering skipping floors to go up to the 6th. The other thing is the 4th floor is the one you started on.
Oh, okay. Can I at least look at the window? I just want to see what, if there's anything that seems different.
You did leave zombie alive there.
Yeah.
I believe. I think just the one.
In the elevator, right? Because that's when I had...
No, right in front of it because you pushed it back. So you injured one on the 4th floor. And so I think there were 2 total. So are you going to sneak up to the 4th floor or are you...
Since I know that there is a zombie up there, I'm going to sneak up to that window.
Okay, roll punk. So plus nothing. And you can't re-roll it.
Flat 10.
I think that's one of the best flat rolls you've gotten.
This has been, as far as rolls, the best game so far in for this series.
I was going to say, session 3 seems to be your magic number. All right, so you sneak up. Looking through, you can see both of the zombies that you encountered earlier, still sort of limping around. Since this is the first time you've gotten to really just observe with a good sneak roll, you do get the impression that the zombies are looking for something.
Okay.
Or someone. They're moving around and like turning things over. Not desks, but like papers and things like that. And sometimes they paw to try and like get a drawer or something.
Okay, so then now I'm going to head up to the 5th.
Okay, sneaking again.
Once I'm out of whatever I think the range of their hearing is, I'm going to go back to being a little bit more fast about things.
Okay, moving up to the 5th floor. Are you sneaking up to the window, or are you going to try and push through the door?
I want to look through the window. I don't know if I'm sneaking per se.
The 5th floor is sales. The layout is pretty similar to your floor. Cubicle and offices and toilets. You do see another 2 zombies. I'm going to make a luck roll since you didn't really sneak.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like they've noticed you yet. Same deal as your floor. It looks like they're trying to find something or someone.
So I only see 2 right now.
Right now, yes. And they're kind of in the cubicles, which would be why they haven't seen you.
Okay. I'm pretty sure we talked about this in the last episode, but I don't remember. The stapler, is that one of the kinds where it's just you make contact with whatever you're stapling and press it down and it just kind of just snaps it hard? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
So it can push through wood, but the wood has to be pretty thin. But mostly it's good for attaching things to wood or something of that caliber.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and rush in and go to the closest zombie and take it out.
All right. So I'm going to give you your vice. I'm going to give you jock. I'm going to give you... You're just using the breaker bar?
Yeah.
All right. So it's 3 again.
So 11.
11. All right. So that is enough.
Okay.
Again, you rush in, slam the breaker bar in. You're getting good at this somehow.
It's all that CrossFit.
In a time before CrossFit was known, Randall Mantone did CrossFit.
Did I make enough noise for this other zombie to immediately clock that I'm there?
Yes.
Okay.
So it has started moving towards you.
And how fast is this guy moving?
It's moving reasonably fast because this time there's no bones about where you are. So it's walking speed. I mean, none of these zombies are exceptionally fast.
Does it see me?
Yes.
Okay.
This one can look over the cubicles enough to see you.
Oh, he's not a short king.
No.
Okay.
He's a tall baron.
Then I want to go ahead and get ready to swing again as soon as this guy gets close enough.
I'm not going to give you foolishness for this one, so this is just going to be a +2.
Okay, that's fair. The first one was definitely like I'm running in, not knowing if I can, but now it's like I'm battering up.
Yeah.
That is a +2, so 5. So I would like to use my 1 reroll.
Smart move.
Okay, that is a 6.
It's better. It's not good, but it's better. So you go for the batter up, but its leg, like the knee, goes in, and it goes down low, and it brings its claw across your gut, does 2 damage to you.
It's like a scene from The Matrix or so many animes when the person reacts and then it's out of the way. 2 damage, you said?
Yeah, 2 damage, yeah.
Okay, so I'm at 3 of my 10. So he clawed me, or?
Yeah, it raked its fingernails across your gut, basically. It's not going to be enough to kill you, but you are going to be bleeding from that.
Okay.
You, I assume, sort of step back and go in for another strike?
Yes.
Or are you going to book it?
No, I'm going to try to get this guy.
All right, I'm going to give you your foolishness again because now you're staying in combat at low health.
To be fair, majority of this game I've been at low health. Literally all the damage happened on the first episode.
Yeah.
Okay, so with a +3, that's a total of 9.
9. Okay, so you manage to get a glancing blow on it this time, pushing it back just a little bit with your breaker bar, but it's still engaged with you.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and try to hit it again. We want to finish it.
All right, make another roll as it tries to get you with claws again.
So +3?
Yeah.
You're like, yes, you're being foolish.
This is a bad idea.
Listen to your DM. No. That's a total of 10.
10. So that's going to be... Yeah, so that's enough. You finish it off.
Do.
Yeah, you're going to twirl the breaker bar and stick it over your back.
Yeah. Okay. Did these zombies look any different from the others? I don't think I asked.
Not particularly. Their clothes are pretty disintegrated.
Okay. So how many rooms are in this floor that I could chuck?
You'd say there's probably 4, not counting the bathrooms.
Okay. Are they private or are there windows involved?
They're private.
Okay. Let's go behind door number 1.
Okay. Are you going fast?
Yeah. I don't feel fast, but...
Lean into that +1 bonus?
Yeah.
All right. So The sales offices aren't really very different from the other ones. So you're opening them, looking through them. I'll just assume you're going to try all of them until something happens.
Yeah.
So I'll just make one luck roll for the floor.
So one of them has a med pack, right? They all have zombies.
Yeah, you find nothing of value in
Okay.
any of these.
Okay. Now, since I am a jock, is there a sports medicine roll I could do on myself?
I'd say more or less when you gauzed yourself the first time, that's more or less at the level that you were doing it at.
Okay.
There's not a full first aid kit on this floor. There's supposed to be, but there isn't because you rolled real bad for luck. So you can rip up your pants or something if you want to try and tie that around your stomach to just staunch it.
Okay. I'll probably will do that since I'm at 3 of my 10. And
all right. I'll call that a nerd roll, and you get a +1 for having the penknife, the X-Acto blade.
So +2, right?
Yeah.
That's a 13.
I'll let you get 1 health back for that.
Yay. Okay. So with that, on to the 6th floor. And I would like to look through the window first before I open anything.
And now you're starting to look like a zombie survivor. Your pants are ripped up. You've got them tied around your waist and just carrying around random bullshit.
And I'm barely alive.
Exactly. Going up, you do see that the noise you heard the previous session in the stairs was in fact somebody's can of soda that they left. That's just sort of rolling back and forth as the building sways.
Mm-hmm.
Looking through, you don't see any zombies, but you do see your boss.
Is this
I know her first name. I'm just trying to get the last name here. Vivian Gunther. Good thing I wrote down all my notes about what she's like. She's in her 40s. She's regional manager. So, but it looks like, again, these doors push, which is, I feel like that's the wrong way for how they're supposed to be in a stairwell, but that's just another thing that's wrong with your company.
Yeah.
Because I think they're supposed to push out into the stairway.
Because they are supposed to be emergency exits.
Yeah, but this is the Champney Technological Corporation, which is not known for doing things correctly.
Right.
But she's barricaded the door. So she's pushed, you would guess it's the receptionist desk in front of the door.
Does she see me?
She has not seen you yet. She appears to be looking out of one of the windows of her office and is like trying to get a hold of somebody on the phone.
Okay, so I want to grab my paperweight and use that to knock on the door hard. Well,
okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hard may not be, maybe not hard, but I don't know, man, because that could alert all of them. You know what? I'm just going to try to do without the paperweight, like a normal knock, and try to get her attention.
I don't think I need to make a luck roll. There's nothing else she's going to be. No, the storm. That's it. I was going to say there's nothing else for her to hear, but the storm is still
storming
going. So, all right, I'm going to say if you just knock on the door with your hands, you're not going to be loud enough. So you'll have to use one of your objects if you want her to hear you.
Okay, I'm just going to use that paperweight then. Do what I was going to do in the first place.
Okay. As soon as you use it, she turns and sees you and starts rushing over to move the desk. You hear a door below you getting banged against. So that's echoing up the stairwell now.
So presumably that would be the 4th floor. Presumably.
Or the first.
Okay. So she doesn't hesitate? Like, she sees me and it's like immediately like, you're not a zombie, you're not...
Basically.
Okay.
So you can tell she's working to shift that, but she's not particularly athletic herself.
So you said that this door is a push from my side, right?
Yes.
I would like to do a jock roll and shove if I can to help with moving things.
All right. I'll let you try that. I'll say it's a pretty difficult roll.
Yeah. I don't want to die.
You're breaking the branding for our podcast right now. Right.
Well,
sorry, I'm going to have to let you go.
I don't want to die, but I will die again. Okay. So do I get a +1 for that at least?
+1, just +1.
Okay. So I rolled an 8.
An 8. I'll say that gets you another luck roll here. Okay. Between you and her, like you pushing on it, does that thing where you sort of shift it out of the groove it's made for itself.
Yeah.
And then she's able to push it the rest of the way, and you get in there. Do you immediately shift it back in place?
Yes.
Okay. And you don't need to roll for that because you could have moved this very easily.
Right.
So you guys are sort of panting there. You can see that she's also been injured, and there is a dead zombie on the floor. Looks like it got itself taken out by a coat rack.
Okay. So to our listeners, this is the first time we get to hear Randall talk. Because this entire time... This entire time, he's been isolated from anything with sentience that he would recognize. Okay, so what was her name again?
Vivian.
Vivian. I just pant and I go, Vivian, what's going on?
She sort of waves her hand at the zombie on the floor. She says, I don't fucking know.
But you're her boss.
I can't get a hold of I can't get a hold of anyone. I'm pretty sure our security's dead.
How many have you taken out?
She just gestures to the one.
And as I'm like holding my side that's still bleeding, despite the broken or ripped clothes, I said I took out like 5 or something. I think they're everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know. This is insane.
But
I can't get a hold of anybody.
this might be the blood loss getting to me, but I could have swore that these things are looking for something.
She goes, I don't know. I mean, I guess they could be. I looked up and it was there. It was like it didn't even walk here.
Like it appeared?
Yeah. I mean, I know it's just sounds crazy, but I mean, they're already crazy, aren't they?
I was on the lower floors, and I'm pretty sure I saw them outside of this building as well.
Yeah, no, you can see them from the windows. They're fucking everywhere.
I mean, I'm sure you have already tried, but do you have any way to contact through other means?
No, I mean, even the landlines, it's nothing. And she sort of walks over the window and points out, and she looks like the storm took it out. And you can see the telephone line is knocked down and is sort of stuck into a tree.
Do you know if there's a radio anywhere on this floor?
No, I mean, I've got a computer. I've tried getting to people through the internet, but I mean, that's on the phone lines too.
So power was cut, right? Or has power been on this entire time?
Power's been on. It's intermittent, but remember the elevator's running and everything.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, this is my chance to shine. I'm IT. I want to check the computer and maybe see if it's connected to any form of the internet. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, I forgot to mention the stairs also you can get to the roof from there. There's nothing up there that you know of, but that's where people take smoke breaks sometimes.
Except for all the zombies. That's hilarious that people probably actually do that. But I want to check out this computer, see if as a IT person, if there's any chance to get comms up.
I'll just say you can look at it. The problem is just the lines are down, so there's just nothing there.
Okay.
And she's sort of pacing around and very agitated, but at the same time, she's also trying to come up with solutions, and then she'll say something, and then she'll discard it and be like, no, that won't work. And that's sort of what she's doing.
I know my guy isn't like part of the security per se, but is there anything through the computer I can do as far as like security wise, turning on alarms?
No, this building doesn't really have anything like that. That's computer controlled.
Okay. I look at my boss and I say, does anybody else know that you're here?
I mean, I guess my husband would know, but I mean, he's not in town even right now. I mean, he's going to a conference.
And the only way to the roof is through the stairs.
Yes, right. That's the only point of ingress.
Okay, now that we've been talking for a while, I want to just peer at the window for the door. Are there zombies already there?
You can see them milling about outside the door. There's 2 of them, and you think they are the 4th floor ones.
Okay, so I let her know, okay, there's 2 here. And I'm fairly certain these are the 2 that I had to deal with when this all first started happening.
She swears and, kicks at nothing. It's like, damn corporate policy. My gun's in my car. You're not allowed to bring a firearm on premises.
Okay, so here's the thing. I know that I cleared out the 5th floor. I'm fairly certain these 2 are from the 4th floor. 3rd floor I cleared out. The 2nd floor I cleared out. I don't know about the 1st floor.
The 1st floor you didn't clear out. That had the 1st floor had 5 that you could see in there, and then also it connects to the outside. And you can see the zombies milling about outside. You haven't looked out the windows really up here yet, have you?
No.
Okay.
And I know the basement should be cleared. I want to go ahead and take a look outside.
Okay. You can see it looks like even beyond just being centered around the building, they do seem to be more heavily centered at this building, but it seems like they've also been attacking other sections. So there is a police car that you can see that is just, its lights are going, but there's nobody there.
I have a feeling that your husband might already know that something's happened, because this is a lot of destruction for it to go unnoticed. We can try to take out these two that are right here, but I'm very low on blood. And there's only two options. We either go up to the roof, which I don't know if that's going to help, or we can go down.
When you mention being low on blood, she finally sort of stops pacing and takes a look at you, like seriously looks at you. Sit over there, and she like points at the executive chair across from her desk, and she goes over and pulls out her own first aid kit.
Oh.
I did nursing to pay for business school, and she starts patching you up. So I'm going to make a luck roll to see how well she remembers that. Well enough, you get one more hit point back, and your shitty pants bandage is replaced by a real gauze bandage.
Okay, good news, everybody. I'm at half HP
back up
again.
to half.
I'm back up to where I started, half.
And having done that, she goes over and sort of grabs the coat rack again, sort of hefts it, and says, I can probably keep one of them off you while you kill the other one, but I don't know that I'm going to be too much help here.
So we might be able to use the elevator, bring one of them back up to the 5th floor or the 6th floor, and maybe we might have to deal with a zombie from that might be on the elevator, and then use that to go back down to the 2nd floor, where I'm fairly certain it's safe, and then work our way down to the 1st floor through that.
Yeah, you can call an elevator.
Okay, let's try that. Let's see what happens.
She probably would have thought of that if I was paying more attention. But we'll say that Randall gets to make that observation. So you're going to call up the elevator that was at the basement, right?
That would be the one that would make sense, because that should be the one that I got into the basement.
Yeah, it shouldn't have any zombies in it.
Okay, then yes.
So you call that one up, opens up, no zombies, and I think she's going to keep the coat rack with her.
Okay.
It slows her down a bit, but it means she can sort of push the zombies away. It'll end up being basically a way for you to deal with multiple zombies at once.
So before we go down, we can either do the 2nd floor or the basement. Both we can use to connect to the 1st floor.
Or the 3rd.
Good point. Then let's do that. Let's do the 2nd one, because that gives us more potential options in case.
Okay, so you're headed to the 2nd floor. You had locked the 1st floor stairwell door, and you lost the keys on the 2nd floor. So if you want, Vivian,
I'll have a fresh set of eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's try that. That sounds like a good idea. Let's do the 2nd floor.
What do your regional manager eyes see?
Not to be, well, we've all experienced it where it's like, I've been looking for this thing nonstop.
Oh,
and then someone comes in and they immediately, it's like, so yeah. I'm relying on that.
Maribel does that
constantly
with components all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen that clip where it's the person, I can't find, where's the ketchup? And they've got the fridge open, they're looking around, and the shelf is totally blank. And then the mom walks up and she reaches in, it's like, it's right here. And she grabs nothing, and then the ketchup materializes into her hand. It's that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give her advantage on this luck roll.
Yes.
Well, she didn't need the advantage.
Nice. Girl boss.
So she literally. So you're like, I can't find the keys. And she just looks, and they're literally hanging on like the cubicle wall. She just hands them to you silently.
With all the judgment
Not
of you moron.
Yes. And all the despair of, this is my lifeline.
Okay. So we got the key. Awesome. Let me put that in my notes.
And that is also relevant because you would guess that the roof is probably locked.
And we haven't made enough noise, presumably, for the zombies that are now on the 6th floor to come down.
You would guess not, because that would have to be pretty loud, because you're 4 floors apart right now. And you haven't opened up the stairwell.
Okay. So we're on the 2nd floor. Let's sneak through the stairwell to the 1st floor and see if we can open up the 1st floor and sneak inside.
So, as a reminder, the 1st floor is like crowded with zombies. Like, there's a lot of zombies. There's basically no sneaking through the 1st floor.
Okay. But that's the only way to get out as far as through ground floor, right?
Yeah, a building like this isn't going to have a fire escape, I don't think. Well, no, it might have
Through the
something on the roof. Your guy probably wouldn't know for sure, but some buildings like this do have a ladder that can be dropped down from the roof. So that could be an option, but you're not going to know. And well, Vivian might know. I'll make a luck roll to see if she knows.
and maybe she takes smoke breaks, so she would know.
She doesn't know. She's straight edge.
Well, if we're not going to go through the first floor because it's just way too dangerous. So power is still on, correct?
Yes.
If we trip the fire emergency, that would make noise throughout the entire building.
Yes.
I look at Vivian. Do you think it would be possible to make noise like that and get out through the first floor?
Have you guys like walked up to the first floor door so she can see through it? Because otherwise she hasn't seen it.
Yes.
Okay. She's looking at it. She says, I don't think so. I think they're too thickly clustered there, and there's going to be too many in the parking lot that are going to get drawn in by the fire alarm.
And there's no way to separate the floors. Or I guess there probably is a way. Would I know how to do that? If we can isolate the fire alarm sound to just the one floor.
It's certainly possible. What you need to do is you need to go in and cut power to each of the floors you don't want to go off,
Right.
which means going to each of those floors individually. And
That wouldn't be in the basement for the different breakers?
well, no, I'm betting they aren't on the breaker system because they probably have independent power.
Because it's supposed to be an emergency system. Yeah.
Although maybe they just have their own breaker, but that would be all of them, I think. So
Yeah, I'm just wondering if maybe we were to, like, let's say take the second floor or the third floor and have that floor sound the alarm, if that would funnel all these zombies into that area and then clear up an escape route for us on the first floor.
all right. So are you telling Vivian?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's going to say, I don't think it's going to be practical for you to turn off any of the floors, and you can't get to the first floor to turn it off anyways. But what you could do, and it's risky, you could set it off on the third floor, pull the alarm there, and then start making noise. And then once they start coming in, then take the elevator up to the sixth floor.
And then from the sixth floor...
Sixth floor, we wait it out, let them all move, we can watch, and once we think it's safe, we have to go straight to the first floor. But you have to unlock the first floor before we do it.
Okay.
It's risky, but it might work.
We might want to take care of the two that are on the sixth floor. Get them taken out. That way they're not part of this equation of things moving around in weird ways. And then now that we have the keys, and I hand them back to her because I trust her more than I trust myself, to lock up, presumably if we can take out the two zombies on the top, lock up the 6th, 5th, 4th, 2nd floor. And then after we've done that, unlock the first floor and then sneak back up to the 3rd floor and let the alarm happen. And then take the elevator that is now in the 6th floor back down. Will the elevators still work when the alarms go off? I would assume yes, because they wouldn't want to trap someone that's using the elevator.
I think that's correct. I know you're not supposed to take an elevator during a fire, but I assume they don't cut their functionality for that reason.
Yeah, because it's used for so much more than just fires. You know, it could be shooters or whatever. But
yeah, so I'm gonna assume that the elevator would still work.
Okay. So if Vivian agrees with that plan, I think we would go ahead and do that.
All right, so elevator up to the 6th.
To take care of the two.
Elevator to the 6th, then elevator to the 3rd, then first floor, unlock, make noise at the 3rd floor, elevator up to 6.
And lock up everything else in between that. Mm-hmm. So then we would have to go through the 3rd floor and then use the elevator to go up.
All right, so you take the elevator up to the 6th floor. It opens. Those zombies still appear to be, like, one of them has started beating on the door, but it's barricaded pretty heavily, so the zombie's not going to have much luck there. Vivian readies the coat rack. I assume you move up to move the desk with your breaker bar in your other hand.
Yeah.
And that's where we'll cut it.
Sweet. In a world where zombies roam and alliances are forged, two unlikely heroes step up into the ring. Vivian and Randall, tag team champions of Survive, are ready to lay the smackdown on the undead. Will they escape the zombie infestation area, or will they be body slammed into oblivion? Tune in next time for the bone-crushing, brain-bashing action. Don't miss out. Follow the Die Again podcast and witness the ultimate smackdown. Disclaimer: no zombies were harmed in the making of this promo.
Is it a pull door or is it a pull door? Everybody knows you don't fuck with a pull door, but a pull door, that's...
I mean, depending on your point of view. So
Exactly.